Barrel rolls is the reporter thrown into the secretive world of the Forex Super Model, where nothing is as it seems. Beware the techno-monk, and steer clear of Professor Code and his two assistants. Give the senior trader a wide berth, and don't expect any sense from the risk manager.
Good morning, I'm Professor Code and this is the Forex Super Model daily briefing for Thursday the 10th of December 2020. The time has just gone 0500 GMT London time. Asian session coming to a close, European session just firing up. Our lunchtime here in the UK will be the start of the US North American session. So let's have a look what was going on then. So yesterday, Wednesday, what did we have? We had euro, yen, dollar on the negative, and the pound on its own on the positive. So plus 149 on the pound, minus 20 on the dollar, minus 46 on the yen, and minus 83 on the euro. So this was Wednesday, yesterday the 9th and the 12th. Right, so we've got an unopposed positive driver in the pound. We've got a negative rock in the dollar, negative mover in the yen, and a negative secondary driver in the euro. And we've got activity of plus or minus 149. Okay, let's have a look at what's happened so far this week. So these are the intra-week flows. Right, we've got pound, euro, yen on the negative. Pound, euro, yen. Sorry, pound, what am I looking at? We've got none of that, ignore that, right? So we've got, yes it is, sorry, I'm getting confused here. Pound, euro, yen, and the dollar is on the positive here. Right, so back under control. Plus 112 for the dollar, minus 32 for the yen, minus 33 for the euro, and minus 47 for the pound. So this is from Monday the 7th, beginning of the week, to about 20 minutes ago. So we've got a positive unopposed driver in the dollar. Right, and we've got a negative rock in the yen, negative mover in the euro, and negative secondary driver in the pound. And our activity is plus or minus 112. Right, so finally, what's happened so far today in terms of the flows? Right, so let's have a look. Pound, yen on the negative. Pound, yen, and dollar, euro on the positive. Right, so it's plus 86 for the euro, plus 36 for the dollar, minus 49 for the yen, and minus 73 for the pound. So this is Thursday today, the 10th of the 12th, from the open to about 20 minutes ago. And what we got? We've got an opposed positive driver in the euro. So this is opposed. a positive rock in the dollar, a negative mover in the yen, and a negative secondary driver in the pound, and we've got activity of plus or minus 122. So plus or minus 122. Just scrum it in there. Right. So let's have a think. Before we start, what's going to knock all this around? Today we've got the basically we've got the euro area rates decision. So that's quite an important situation coming up. We've also got US consumer CPI later on, and then tomorrow, Friday, we've got German CPI and the Michigan consumer sentiment. So that's what we've got. We're looking a little bit further ahead. Wednesday, what is it? Wednesday, the 16th of next week. We've got the Fed rate decision. So today we've got the European rates decision, and next Wednesday we've got the US rates decision. And we had the CAD rate decision yesterday, but let's not worry about that. Right, so let's make some sense of what's going on then. So we've got lots of unopposed drivers to talk about today. Right, so yesterday the pound was the unopposed positive driver at plus 149. Now, as I say, that normally means either a top, or it means the start of a significant ramp up. So we're either looking at a short-term top in the pound. Talk about that a bit later as well. So we had everybody piling into the pound, so it seems, yesterday, and the negative opposing flows were coming out of the euro predominantly, the yen next, and the dollar to a less extent. Right. So far this week we've had an unopposed positive driver, but it wasn't the pound, it was the dollar. So we've had dollar strength this week, to the surprise of a lot of people, I can tell you. So we've got dollar strength as the unopposed positive driver, and the flows have gone, the negative flows from the positive dollar have gone predominantly out of the pound, but they've been fairly evenly distributed. So you've got the pound, euro, and the yen not too far off, soaking up equal amounts. So that's an interesting point as well. So far today, then we've got more. We don't have any unopposed drivers, but what we do have is the euro being the positive opposed driver. So at plus 86, with the opposing flows, the negative flows coming mainly out of the pound and the yen. So with the dollar being the positive rock. Right. So let's try and put some context onto that then. So right, where do we start? Well, as I said, yesterday we had pound strength. Constant toing and froing on Brexit noise, and the end result was pound ended up as the unopposed positive driver. So you can take from that what you will. Now, over the week, the pound has been soft at minus 47. So that's something to note as well. However, so over the week, the dollar has started to assert itself. Now, it's the unopposed positive driver over the week, and if you look, the interesting tell yesterday was the fact that funds were flowing only into the pound really here at plus 149, but the dollar resisted the most. It resisted these negative flows and only fell by 20 complex points. So the dollar is very resilient, and that shows to a degree in the intra-week flows. Now, likewise, we've got euro strength so far today and the dollar being the positive rock again. So, and the pound coming off from yesterday's euphoric sort of rise on Brexit, albeit a very mixed picture. So that's where we are. So let's make some room and get off the fence, etc. Right. Now, the most notable feature we think of the markets going forward, and bearing in mind, as I said, we're running into the to the Fed rates meeting next Wednesday. So if we look at the dollar complex now, the dollar is starting to show considerable signs of strength. Now, we originally thought they would run equities up into this window which we had before the Fed next Wednesday, and to a degree they started to do that. But yesterday equities came back a fair bit, not massively, but they, arguably the tech got hammered to a certain degree. But the S&P, they came back to their daily spikes. If you look at the charts, so their resistance spikes are now looking like they've switched to support, maybe. So as I said, we thought equities were gonna benefit from the window, but we've changed our tune now, and we think the dollar, the USD complex, is going to be front running in strength right the way through to Wednesday. So we're switching to dollar strength. So we're going to have a big up arrow on the dollar. Now, because equities are stalling and dollar strength isn't exactly going to help the equity market, so we're looking at neutral to a rise in the yen complex. Right, so and because the pound, so what have we got? We've got the pound. The pound is going to be dominated, quite frankly, by all this Brexit going to and from it. Any sort of headline which causes people to think either there's a deal or no deal will just push the pound complex around like a mad supermarket trolley. So we're gonna go neutral to negative on the pound, and that leaves the euro. Now, if you've got neutral to negative flows on the pound and neutral to negative flow, rising flows on the yen due to the equity transmission, but rising dollar flows, you're likely to see a fall in the euro complex. So, and the one to avoid will be the euro pound, because of this Brexit situation. So we think the place to be is still short euro dollar, and also euro yen. So we're looking at short positions because we think the dollar's on the up. And the yen is neutral to up. So we're looking at falls in the euro. So we're looking at short positions in the euro dollar, which is what we've been banging on about all week, really. And they're starting to make noises that the euro dollar's on the slide, and also the euro yen, which is becoming quite interesting. So to sum up then, moving ahead, we expect dollar strength to be the dominant, USD strength to be the dominant force. So if you're long gold, watch out. And if you look at the gold chart, it's actually come down to a sort of a support area. But we wouldn't be surprised, we don't trade gold, but we wouldn't be surprised to see that support just sort of melt away. So if you're long gold, watch out, because we're expecting significant dollar strength, which as we know will not help long gold trades. And focusing on FX, we would suggest you want to be short euro dollar and short euro yen. Thank you very much. Hope that helped.